On 23rd June, with more than 25,000 tweets, there was a campaign to boycott the show titled Grahan on the Disney Plus Hotstar streaming platform. The reason for the campaign against the show before its release was for allegedly twisting the narrative of the riots, a deliberate attempt to hurt the sentiments of the Sikh community. In this series, when a character labels the Sikh community as terrorists, a person stops him in his tracks, telling him if one wants to understand this issue, one must look back in history and not form opinions by reading newspapers. For whosoever has seen the series or read Satya Vyas's book Chaurasi, on which this is based, you will wholeheartedly know that not only have the creators showcased a traumatic part of Indian history with sensitivity, but this campaign was just another case of preemptive cancel culture without even creating an informed opinion after watching a show. Grahan is an 8-episode series that intrigued me the moment I saw the trailer. Based on Satya Vyas's Chaurasi, the web series revisits the horrors of the anti-Sikh riots of 1984, specifically the events that took place in the Bokaro district. Amrita Singh, an IPS officer, is appointed as the head of a special investigating team as the pending cases that are pointing towards several rioters is reopened. As the series provides context to what happened and the present-day investigation, Amrita finds herself in an odd predicament as one of the suspects, one of the rogue elements actually of the violence, is allegedly her own father. The series showcases how Amrita combats this case that is too close to home, the bureaucracy, the ulterior motives involved, and provides context of the violence by exploring the political and social climate at a time when Punjab was in constant turmoil. Let me get two things out of the way before I elaborate on this show further. First, do tell me what was your favorite part of this series in the comments below, and secondly, it in no way, and I mean this with absolute clarity, has or even highlights a hint of an intention to demonize the Sikh community. The show, in contrast, actually empathizes with the horrors that engulf the community. So whatever preconceived notions you may have through Twitter or WhatsApp forwards, I don't say this for a lot of shows, this one is special, and you can't ignore it based on a false narrative. If on paper I told you that the series will do a back and forth between the 80s and the investigation in 2016 across 8 episodes, you may assume that the oscillating experience will take away from the core of the series. But there is such a seamlessness to the way this story has been presented that I never felt the creators indulged too much in any of the subplots. We are transported to Bokaro, an industrial city and a society that is extremely close-knit. While Amrita tries to uncover the case that has reopened and failed several times, instilling anger among the masses in the 80s is followed by Amrita trying to come to the bottom of the case and seek for her own truth as well. And never in this process, such shifts of timelines come across as jarring. The accuracy with which the world of Bokaro in the 80s has been created is truly praiseworthy. When I got to know that the sets have basically been created by selecting a lane in the outskirts of the city to transport us to 1984, you realize why everyone was transfixed so easily to that timeline. The costume design by Maxima Basu and Ajay enhanced that experience with a level of detailing that is not only reflective of both time periods but also provides an insight to the characters' personalities and their interpersonal relationships. It's been a long time since I have been fully invested in a love story. The treatment by creators today, most of it at least, either makes me cringe in moments or come across as socially problematic, taking me away from the story momentarily. But as we explore the time period of the 80s and the growing fondness and love between Rishi and Manu, I was absolutely floored and invested, so much so that these characters could have their own movie track and I would have been content. Anshuman Pushkar and Vamika Gabbi are so sincere in their performances that I instantly gravitated and connected with their longing for one another. Again, on paper, you would think that a love story being focused on in a show that explores such traumatic events might lead to its downfall, but it's essentially its core. Anshuman and Vamika perfectly capture the essence of Rishi and Manu. A man with simple goals who is pragmatic and calm in the most dire circumstances comes across a feisty, opinionated and naive girl. The contrast works perfectly, and I could not envision a better casting for this pair. Anshuman is an actor that has been consistently impressing with his performances, be it Jamtada or Kathmandu Connection, and I have to say he has all the elements as a performer to keep working. Vamika's character could easily be performed at a pitch that could be slightly annoying, but her innocence resonates on screen, so much so that you can't help yourself but melt in the several moments where she is full of rage or upset. An Instagram user by the name of Avinash Singh Tomar had beautifully stated, ऋषि और मनु का प्रेम वैसा है जैसे करने के सपने सब देख सकते हैं. पर कीमत कोई नहीं भर सकता. In context to the show, without giving anything away, this statement says so much. The chemistry between both of them was palpable, and the storytelling enhanced through the beautiful music of Amit Trivedi and Daniel B. George, who has composed the background score. The music is such an integral part of this show, and it never overstays its welcome, being integrated in its perfect moments. While Chori Chori and O Jogia are soulful and extremely addictive, my favorite has to be Main Hu Teri Parchai, which I would highly recommend you check out on YouTube. It makes me sad to see such low numbers on such a beautiful track that perfectly captures the boundless love between a daughter and a father who persevere against all odds. One of the most striking qualities about this web series is the tone of it. The tones of any visual medium often dictate the mood the creator is trying to set. Even in joyful moments, though they are few and far between, the piece does not present a contrast of vibrant colors in its art direction or even in its brightness. Most of the visuals are designed to clearly communicate the impending doom ahead, and credit has to be given to DOP Kamaljeet Negi. The ensemble cast put forth exceptional performances in this series. I have always been a Zoya Hussain fan, ever since she did Mukkabaz in 2017 and Lal Kaptan in 2019. It's so refreshing to see women in positions of power without the written material being preachy. Zoya encapsulates the honorable and determined cop in Amrita brilliantly. Being referred to as Madam Sir, Huzur or Saab, it does provide you an insight of the prevalent patriarchy in our systems, with less than 10% of the force being comprised of women. The minority of whom are in positions of power are provided a title with a male connotation to instill a sense of command and power. Pawan Malhotra as Gursevak is a character that has internalized a lot of the horror he has seen. Hence the performance is muted mostly, especially in the first half, but the legend showcases this pensive sadness with such ease. Pawan Malhotra for decades has been providing us such gems with outstanding performances, and he has honestly hit it out of the park again, especially the magic he showcases in the last episode. Both Zoya and Pawan together as well communicate the empathy and love between a parent and a daughter with such ease. What I love about this series is the opportunities it provides to people who we all grew up watching on television but could never envision the possibility of them in films. The OTT revolution has allowed that. So when I see Purva Parag, who is brilliant by the way in her small role, it does make my heart happy. Saidur Rahman, Satyakam Anand and Tikam Joshi are brilliant in their respective roles as well. It is without a doubt in my mind though that it is the writing team which is the soul and essence of this series, and the main reason why it had such a lasting impact on me. Ranjan Chandel for this directorial project has been beautifully aided by Anu Singh Chaudhary, Navjot Gulati, Shailendra Jha, Pratik Payodi and Vibha Singh. These are the heroes of the show, as the sensitivity and informed nature with which they have presented this show really does do all the magic. The series provides a commentary on several aspects through its impactful writing. Justice and whether the have-nots are ever in control of their ultimate fate. Will society be at the mercy of the corrupt few no matter how many decades pass by? Will winning always trump morals? The easy nature with which the mob runs wild, the domino effect of news coverage, and how relationships, sentiments, and behaviors change at the drop of a hat. All from this perceived notion that a news article is the ultimate truth, the horrifying and irreversible effects on families that went through such a traumatic part of history. Is there any room in this country where honorable men and women can function and thrive? And will we forever create more rifts with one another, identify our differences, rather than celebrate our uniqueness as a nation? To hide our own wounds, we often point at others. And that was the video, guys. Write down in the comments below what you thought about Grahan. Please don't forget to follow me on Instagram. The handle's right in front of you. Follow me at JammyPants4. Also, please support us by smashing the like button and subscribing to our channel for weekly content ahead. Thank you for watching.